No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of you. You should be scared of me. Ah! Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I'm going to play the full version of Channel 453, Shadows of the Game. The sun was gradually tilting, and the reddish twilight signaled that it was time for dinner. Everything felt perfect because I had finally accomplished one of my bucket list items, moving to a new home and living independently. While my previous home was cozy and nice, starting fresh is sometimes necessary. Excuse me, I understand the joy of moving to a new place, but I need you to sign the confirmation form so I can give you the keys to your apartment. Oh, yes, I apologize. For a brief moment, the excitement faded as I heard the voice of the apartment manager calling me. Hey, stop daydreaming with sparkles and stuff all over yourself. You need to sign these papers, lady. Once I signed the confirmation form, the apartment and that small key would become mine. Here's a pen. Just think of it as a simple signature and take your time. Not like you're selling yourself away, actually, am I? Am I? I received the pen and took a deep breath. As I thought about it being the signal for a new beginning, my heart started to race. Now, let's write my name here. I am Espoir, it means hope in French. Thank you for your cooperation. Here you go, the keys. If you need any spare keys, you can come to the management office and request them later. Thank you. Be more like I'm hugging the person. Thank you so much. Well then, I'll take my leave. Anyway, now that the move is complete, I've already contacted my parents as soon as I arrived, and they assured me that the TV connection is set up. So, is this all my stuff? If I get bored, I guess I can check out that channel. Well, I guess tonight I'll have nothing else to watch except the TV. Since I threw away the old Wi-Fi device while moving, I ordered a new one from an online store, but it will take a while to arrive. That means no YouTube on your phone. New TV channel opening. Ooh. What on earth does that mean? Is there some exclusive channel only available in this apartment? Although it's practically on the verge of breaking down, that device holds precious memories. It's like a dear friend that I grew up with, especially since I used to watch children's animations on it when I was young. But to stick that promotional poster on that precious item without the owner's permission, it's kinda rude. Ugh. It would leave tape marks. I immediately felt a surge of irritation and swiftly and accurately removed the promotional poster and the accompanying adhesive tape. Luckily, there were no marks left behind. Thank goodness. Letting out a sigh of relief, I tossed myself onto the plush sofa with the mysterious promotional poster still in hand. The softness of the sofa, the carpet, and the new TV stand on which the TV was placed made the TV and I seem oddly out of place. Well, it's not like it feels bad. New items do look nice after all. For a moment, I entertained these thoughts, but lying on the sofa, the comforting sensation made me feel drowsy. Take a little nap. The remote control must be somewhere on the sofa. Ah, here it is. What channel should I watch? It would be great if there's an interesting channel to keep me entertained all night. Since going outside was out of the question, and I was already exhausted, I only had enough energy left to cook instant food. That means, in other words, I have the whole day to myself. I can't just waste this rare opportunity for the rest of the move alone. It would be a shame. You should probably take a nap. Unfortunately, due to a delivery delay, the Wi-Fi was unavailable, so I was left with the TV to keep me company after a long time. Watching a documentary channel like usual should be fine. Or maybe... I hesitated as the sweat started to form on my palm. The crumpled paper in my hand shouldn't be discarded without even properly reading its contents, right? It's risky, but the poster clearly said Channel 453. I'm curious about what kind of channel it is. How should I proceed? Well, since I don't think I have a choice in the matter, let's try to watch the channel I usually watch. Do I really have to go through the trouble of finding another channel to watch? I'll get to it, eventually. As I mentioned before, I only have enough energy left to eat. In fact, for some reason, I'm feeling a bit uneasy, trying to avoid that feeling. I wonder what today's documentary is about.
As you see right here, we have a big What is that, a pigeon? Oh yeah, what is that, a goat?
It would be nice if it explores the mysteries of nature. I yawned and smoothly maneuvered my hand to switch to the documentary channel. Let's see what's currently airing. What? What is this glitch? Uh-oh. Why did the music suddenly change? From the top left corner, a small glitch that was barely the size of a finger suddenly expanded, covering the entire screen in an instant. Not only could I not read the title, but I couldn't even discern what was being broadcasted. Darn it, why is everything going wrong today? It's not like it's unusual for things to malfunction, but why now, when I have nothing to do but relax? Is this some kind of cosmic joke, almighty gods? I took a deep breath and walked towards the television with determination. What could be the problem? I mean, maybe your TV could be on its last leg, or maybe it's haunted. I cautiously tapped the machine as if knocking on a door, in case exerting too much force would break it. Soon, the glitch started to fade away. However, in the empty space that appeared, instead of the documentary footage, there was a whimsical screen that resembled the start screen of a casual game. It seems to be malfunctioning, but I have no idea what it is. Did some sort of emergency program activate without my knowledge? No, if there was such a system, I would have known about it a long time ago. What on earth is this? Oh, now that I look closely, there's some writing in the center. I was too flustered to see it properly. Let's see. Channel 453. Hey. As I furrowed my brow, staring intently at the screen, the moment I realized that the channel had changed, a shiver ran down my spine. I had no idea what would happen. No, in fact, it was the predictability that scared me. It followed the patterns commonly seen in urban legends or horror videos posted on the internet. I'm gonna become a creepypasta! Bright visuals with gruesome content, or being trapped in an inescapable curse, getting kidnapped. It was unsettling. Well, pack up everything, let's get out of here. I started to take small steps backwards. Someone might argue that my imagination was running wild, but who knows? Let's try another channel. It's better for my mental well-being to watch something other than these continuous frightening delusions. I don't know whose prank this is, but do I need to force a reboot or something to make this darn channel 453 stop? That was the moment. Microphone test. I'm not sure if you can hear me well. Anyway, I hope it's not a malfunction. This is a legitimate broadcast, so... As a voice came from within the screen, the camera zoomed in on someone's back, as soon as they turned around and their entire face became visible. If asked about my first impression, I would answer, a person with slight dark circles under their eyes, Gothic-style clothing, and an awkward smile. For the first episode today, we have a special guest to commemorate the start. Thunderous applause could be heard, and the person who seems to be the show's host remained silent, enjoying the momentary attention. Thank you. Now, shall we go meet that person? After the intro ended, the screen started flickering and soon turned black. It felt like the show had just begun. So what kind of channel was this? Even during idle moments, don't they usually insert advertisements to increase viewership? Oh no! Knock knock! Hello? Violet irises met my eyes. As soon as I realized that they were addressing me, I froze in place. What a surprised expression. It's okay. Even for me, this is not an ordinary occurrence. I am Liotte, the owner of Channel 453. Oh. Nonchalantly, Liotte introduced himself as if already expecting my reaction. How could they possibly know my thoughts? In my short life, I've never experienced a television that allows two-way communication. Moreover, there are no cameras or microphones installed here. According to your knowledge. How does that person even perceive my existence? Well, don't worry. I have no intention of harming you. I'm not some ghost or anything like that. Are you sure about that? And the second reason you can feel relieved is that I'm currently trapped within this screen, while you're at home, right? The only thing I can do is have a conversation with you." Liotte shrugged as if it was no big deal. "Yeah, when I think about it, their words make sense. It's just a creepy story where a person from the TV starts talking. But other than that, nothing really happened, right? I mean, it's still pretty creepy." "No, it's not like nothing happened. It's far from ordinary. Yeah, you glitched my TV, bro." "When I think about it, there are a lot of issues." "Who are you, and why are you so adorable? Where do you shop? Can I go?" "Are you curious about me? Well, I don't really have much to say by way of introduction. Isn't it more fun to gradually get to know each other?" "What is this person really up to?" "You don't seem like a timid person, but if it's because you're feeling shy, I can start first. How about you provide some kind of explanation, like your age or surname?" "Are you planning to remain silent the whole time?" "Listen here, cutie pie. You seem quite shocked right now. It would be better for your peace of mind to at least listen to an explanation of the situation." I couldn't help but feel a chill, despite him being on the other side of the screen, as if he were right in front of me. Well, since it's our first time today, shall we start with some ice-breaking? Let's leave the difficult and complex questions aside for now. In this vast world, do you realize how slim the chances are for you and me to meet like this, and how limited the time is for us to converse? I want to get to know you. I want to make the people I meet smile. That's all there is to it. If you don't like it, you can always turn off the power with that remote, right? I don't know, can I? All right. Let's consider it an experience of a psychological phenomenon and have a conversation, shall we? I happen to be bored as well, but let's keep the conversation light and fun, got it? I like that. Don't worry, I won't ask too much from someone who seems tired. Surprisingly, it feels like you're saying that because you're scared. I got caught. No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of you. You should be scared of me. Well, should I casually ask about hobbies? It's the first day, so I didn't really prepare anything like board games. Good, because I would smash you in Connect 4. I'm actually very bad at Connect 4. Hobbies? Hobbies are... Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, why not? My hobby is casually jogging. That's a lie. My hobby is sitting in front of a computer doing various things. Sometimes when my mind gets cluttered with various thoughts, going for a walk definitely helps clear my mind. Jogging, huh? It's one of the more common hobbies. It's true that engaging in physical exercise can help clear your mind. Exercise, I call that touching grass. Liotte smiled brightly. His sunny smile was more memorable than before. But wouldn't it be better to speak truthfully? After all, it's just a passing conversation today. Having communication with someone inside the channel, it's not something that can happen twice in a lifetime. Next, you ask me a question. It's a fun question time now, so who knows? Maybe this will give you a proper answer to your question. Well, then... Of course, there's a higher chance that I'll answer lighthearted questions. No, I'll play along. I'll play along for now. What are your hobbies, bruh? That's a light question. I like it. My hobbies are similar to yours. It's jogging and then coming back home after a light sandwich outside. Sometimes, when I write, my body feels stiff and I need some exercise. Writing, huh? So, do you also write novels or something as another hobby? It's not a hobby. It's my profession, since I write to make a living. Are you in a profession that involves writing? Surprising. I just thought you were a simple TV program host. So is Liotte also juggling multiple jobs? There seems to be a significant difference between a profession that involves writing and hosting a program. It's suspicious, but for now, that's not important, right? Let's focus on the present. My original purpose was to alleviate boredom by watching TV all night. If you think about it, having someone to talk to is now even better, isn't it? Well, shall we stop talking about hobbies here? Not if my stomach has anything to say about it. I'm sorry, Liotte. It seems I'm quite hungry today, probably because of the moving and all. What's that loud noise coming from my stomach? I've been trying to understand it a little bit. But I didn't have breakfast because I left early from my previous place, and I haven't even had a simple snack. So it's not just a random noise coming from my stomach. Anyway, so I'll go to the kitchen for a bit. As long as you don't turn off the TV, feel free to go. What happens if I do that? Surprisingly, you're letting me go so easily? I thought you would tell me not to go for some reason. Well then, I'll bring back some instant ramen. It won't take much time. Oh, wait a moment, Espoir. Before you go, I have something to say. Do you have any more questions or something? No, I was just holding you back unnecessarily when you're already tired. I'm sorry. I lacked consideration, didn't I? I got too excited after a long time, and I ended up only saying what I wanted to say. As he spoke, Liotte lowered his head to apologize, just like the first moment I saw him. It's okay, everyone can make mistakes. Aww. And I'm enjoying it too, having someone to talk to. Maybe. I suddenly had the thought that maybe I had been too guarded and misunderstood him. Honestly, he might have been excited about something occult happening as usual. But I was so focused on being cautious that because I moved, I was tired. Liotte, he's just a person who can make mistakes. The only peculiar thing is that he exists in the TV. If anything, that means he can't hurt me. So you think? We're just conversational partners capable of nothing more than talking. Thinking that way, it was like having a pen pal, and it was subtly enjoyable. Geez, why was that so hard? Wasn't it? While lost in my thoughts, I cautiously reached to the cupboard to grab the instant ramen. Where did I put the ramen? Ah, here it is. Ouch! Dang it! How could I cut my finger on the sharp edge of the ramen packet, even if I was tired? I think I've done that before. Luck really isn't on my side. A small trickle of blood started to emerge from the cut. Just when I thought I was changing my mindset, the destination of that shift turned out to be the pain of the wound. I let out a deep sigh. Where did I put the bandages and ointment? I can't even remember. Well, you did just move. In which box did I store them? For now, let's eat and think about it. This small wound will heal quickly, so they say. Aww. Well, I already expected that you would make various choices. You always give unexpected responses, don't you? I wonder why. It's all thanks to you that I've been led here, drawn to you. Even though I'm just a forgotten foreign substance that can't be part of your daily life. Liotte, what are you going on about? I carefully walked into the living room, holding a pot filled with steaming, fully cooked ramen. Of course, in the opposite hand that held the pot, there was a spoon and a fork. The delicious smell. The enticing aroma wafting through the air made my mouth water even more. Are you just carrying the entire pot? This ramen was the one my friend, Mio, recommended last time, right? We used to be close friends when we were young, and I have fond memories of that time. She moved away a long time ago, which was quite regrettable. Nevertheless, we kept in touch over the years, and the last time we talked, she said she lives nearby. I wonder if she's doing well. I'm back! You better not be wallowing in self-pity, Liotte. I nudged a small table placed next to the sofa with my foot. Soon, the table smoothly moved towards the center of the sofa due to the force I applied. As I placed the items I was carrying on top of it, a sigh escaped my mouth involuntarily. It seemed like Liotte noticed the faint sound and approached me. Glad you're taking all this two-way conversation through a TV, like a normal person, me. Are you okay? Judging by the size of the pot, it looks like you brought a considerable amount. Oh, it's nothing. I'm fine. I appreciate your concern, but it's just that I let out a sigh due to fatigue, and there's no need to worry. I forced a smile and waved my hand, as Liotte's expression seemed to soften a bit. I felt slightly relieved and lowered my hand. Of course, as I lowered my hand, I didn't forget to habitually wipe the sweat that had accumulated in my palm on my pants. Why are you sweating so much? Stupidly, I had even forgotten about the small cut on my finger. It wasn't a deep wound, but it had bled a little. It's unexpectedly sharp, isn't it? As I mumbled softly, about to sigh again, a creaking sound came from the TV. Right, Liotte had been watching me all this time. How foolish I must look. It's embarrassing. The TV is watching me. I lightly touched the back of my neck with my opposite hand and stole a glance at the monitor. I tried to gauge his reaction.
What?
What? Huh? Are you playing a trick on me right now?
What do you mean?
I couldn't predict his attitude for even a moment. He seemed friendly towards me before, but now he looked at me so coldly. I never told you to get hurt, Espoir.
What are you talking about, Liotte?
His voice turned chilly all of a sudden, though the content of his words seemed to show concern for my injury. I appreciate his concern, but normally people don't get irritated by someone for this, do they? Espoir, you shouldn't get hurt. That's why people can make mistakes, you know?
Liotte, you need to calm down a bit. It's just a minor injury, okay?
I'm sorry. I got carried away again.
Liotte seems lost in deep thought, and he stopped looking into my eyes.
Suddenly, he shifted his gaze to the floor. I wondered if he was feeling some negative emotion, but it was hard to tell for sure on the small monitor. If I wasn't mistaken, he briefly bit his own lip. A brief moment of silence passed between us. Please, never ignore minor injuries. Please. If you keep doing this, I'll have no choice but to loop until you listen to me.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you clearly.
I said I'm going to take your game and loop it and make you do everything over again. No, it's just... Should I say that I'm also struggling when you're in pain? He quickly changed his expression to the point where it felt like his previous frustration and excitement were lies. It's just that my heart hurts. Do you happen to have any Band-Aids or ointment at home?
Band-Aids or ointment?
There!
Ah! Stop it, Liotte.
If you keep making the same choices, I'll do whatever it takes to make you rely on me. What? Will you look after me after I... What? Will you look after me if I cut your Achilles tendon?
Why would you do such a thing, Liotte? We're just having a conversation. I'm being nice.
Or do you like me to confess that I love you and lock you up?
Liotte! Quit it!
Your face is turned pale, and you're even sweating. If I were by your side, I would at least give you a handkerchief or something.
It's nothing.
Don't lie. This time it seems like you've been through some psychological shock rather than just external injuries.
What did I just see?
What scene was that, and what were the words spoken before and after that made me reject Liotte in the hallucination? I'm not sure, but for some reason, my body feels tightly tense. Yeah, no kidding. Not only did chills run down my spine, but cold sweat also started trickling down. To be precise, it's like my body is freezing in a reflexive manner, just like a cornered mouse. Turn the TV off.
What is this?
Despite my brain clearly recognizing that it wasn't such a dangerous situation, my body couldn't cooperate. A bizarre sensation indeed.
Well, that's anxiety, my dear.
I couldn't speak. I couldn't move by my own will. Why are you suddenly like this? Does he know something? Does he know the reason behind this strange feeling? Sudden resistance and discomfort. Espoir, even though full memories haven't returned, it seems like your body has recalled some of it to some extent.
Oh no!
It feels unpleasant, doesn't it? Uncomfortable. with a strange sense of resistance.
Liotte!
It's bittersweet, but it's okay. It's all natural. Sometimes there might be negative memories that come back about me. But we can fill the future with brighter memories, right? It's something I heard from someone dear to me before, and I didn't know I'd be passing this message on to you. So, Espoir, just keep shining, just like you have been all this time. I will swallow up all the darkness. Liotte lightly flicks his finger.
What? What? What did I do? I was being honest.
But even though it's small, you got hurt. Espoir, I really hope you don't feel any pain.
Huh?
Please don't be in pain. My heart can't bear it.
Should I just not make ramen? Then that wasn't my choice, Liotte.
He had never said such things before.
Ah, yes. Thank you for caring.
You're welcome. It actually makes me happy that you're relying on me to some extent. Keep asking and relying on me like this. I'll always be there to help, even though I'm confined within this screen. If my limited medical knowledge can be of any help to you, it would make me so happy.
Am I going to look down and my finger is suddenly bandaged?
Liotte smiled gently at me, and it seemed like he had made an effort to do so. However, I still couldn't fathom what he truly felt inside. Was what I saw earlier just a simple hallucination, or were those words he actually said? And I'm certain I saw the word loop earlier, right? How on earth can I break out of this darn loop? Okay. By the way, what were we doing? I can't remember what I said earlier for a moment. I keep insisting on treatment, and you said you would go get some Band-Aids and ointment. Strange. I've never said such things before. When I hurt myself in the kitchen earlier, I didn't even bother to search for Band-Aids and ointment. Did I really say something like that?
Are you turning down the gas lights, Liotte? Are you saying the gas lights are low?
Oh, but after you said that, Espoir, you already brought the Band-Aids and ointment earlier, right? You said you would handle the treatment yourself by bringing the tools, which got me worried again, so I just gave you some small medical information and expressed my concern once more. As he spoke, Liotte glanced briefly towards the small table beside me. Seriously, there it was, a paper box containing the small Band-Aids I usually use, as well as the ointment and cotton swab for applying to the wound.
Liotte?
Did I really search for and bring these items myself amidst all those belongings?
Liotte!
It's something strange. I have no recollection of doing such a thing. Feeling uneasy, I tilted my head, and Liotte spoke first. I'm truly grateful that you listened to what I had to say. I feel great joy that someone like me can have an impact on you. Oh, at the end, you mumbled something, and I couldn't hear what it was. It wasn't anything important, just talking to myself.
Uh-huh.
By the way, Espoir, the ramen must be cold by now. Wouldn't it be better to eat it when the seaweed starts to float up? Of course, it's just a personal recommendation. I completely forgot. My noodles! Oh, I should have been multitasking. I hurriedly peered into the pot. Thankfully, the noodles hadn't fully absorbed all the broth yet. Phew! I breathed a sigh of relief and carefully picked up the fork. The fear I felt earlier, the unconscious resistance, I still know nothing about this loop. As I put the noodles in my mouth, I asked myself inwardly, Espoir, are you really going to let everything slide and stay silent? Like the protagonists in detective novels, there's a need to face the truth more boldly and do a little more investigation. That's what I'm doing. Deep down, I know that's what I think too. What should I do from now on? I'm sure I can't resolve anything just by being on guard and avoiding conversations like I've done so far. That much is clear. My vacant pupils reflected on the surface of the broth. the murky color of the broth made it impossible to distinguish the color of my own pupils. However, their shape remained intact. Come to think of it, I had heard of such words long ago. Even if you lose your color, as long as your form and heart remain, you will always be you. Why was I forgetting such an important fact? As I recalled that one phrase, my troubled mind began to calm down and sort itself out. Of course, I'm not completely composed yet. However, I can see a clearer direction to move forward compared to just a moment ago. I have to push him a little, gather information, and even if it means going through the loop several more times, even if my body freezes with fear, I must move forward. It's not like me to sit back like this, right? I won't be swayed by someone else. I'll live my own life. That's how it's been so far, and that's how it will be in the future. I don't remember who said those words to me, but it's a wise saying. Is there anything enjoyable happening? You have a big smile on your face. Is it because the instant ramen surprisingly tastes good? Well, yes, it seems so. I confidently and brightly smiled. Liotte, from now on, I won't be easily swayed by your words. I'll uncover the truth you're hiding, so just wait and see. Did the sense of finding a solution relieve the tension? A yawn escaped involuntarily. Or is it that humans are creatures of adaptation, and without realizing it, I've adapted to this bizarre situation? Yeah, I usually adapt to bizarre situations. Oh, is our conversation so boring for you? It seems like he's trying to play some kind of prank on me again, just like earlier. If I say it's boring, he might loop or do something again. So, should I try to appease him roughly this time? That's what I've been trying to do. Wait, why is your expression so dark? Like a dog that lost its owner and is standing alone in the rain, Liotte stared at me with his eyes narrowed. It's strange, really strange. It feels like his personality is completely changed. But that doesn't make sense, does it? Just earlier... Yeah, when we first met, he was clearly smiling, acting carefree and relaxed. His expression didn't turn gloomy like this, and he quickly laughed and joked. I had dismissed the discomfort I felt earlier as just my imagination, and had resolved to confront him. But, Liotte, who exactly are you? I can't grasp it at all. It's like turning the pages of a book and finding completely different content on each new page. He's not consistent. His attitude keeps changing. For now, I need to understand him more accurately. So, in summary, the current Liotte seems to be psychologically fragile and in a completely different way from earlier. I don't know the reason, but in this current state, there's a high probability of gaining some information if I provoke him. On the contrary, if I approach him favorably without probing for information, I might be able to increase trust or likability. What should I do? It's simply because I'm sleepy, or I honestly have to say, my interest has waned a bit. No, I'm still here. It's just because I'm sleepy. I haven't been sleeping well lately. So my point is that there's no need to attach meaning to such small things. Liotte seems to assign meaning to even the most trivial things excessively. It was the same before being surrounded by the white light. While an ordinary person might move on from simple concern when someone is hurt, for some reason, he excessively fixates on it. Excessively. Is that so? I was a bit worried. Please don't hate me. Of course, I trust you, but sometimes I worry that such things might happen again. Such things? Liotte, I've been feeling uncomfortable since earlier. Yes, please feel free to tell me. He smiled widely, seeming relieved by my words. However, his face contorted in contrast, revealing the contradiction in his words and actions. Why do you keep saying things happen that I never did? Well, saying it like this may not make sense, but let me explain with an example, starting with the fact that I brought this bandage. I haven't moved from here. It doesn't make sense. What? What are you talking about, Espoir? I have no reason to lie to you. I always strive to be truthful to you. Uh-oh. Let's stop here. I want to talk about something else now. How about a lighter and more cheerful topic than one that brings the mood down? Whether it's conversation or games, I'm open to anything. Just tell me what you'd like. I'll do my best to make you smile. I'm not gonna grill him yet. Let's just keep talking. What's your favorite fruit then? You said light questions. Liotte, come to think of it, what kind of food do you like? Since you said casual conversations are fine. Is it weird to ask a person from the TV about their food preference? It would be nice if I liked the same things as you do. Unfortunately, I have my own tastes. I like salads with olive oil. I'm genuinely into healthy food. Do you have any dislikes or preferences, like cucumbers or cilantro? People have a lot of things that they're picky about, right? I'm not actively seeking them out, but I can eat anything you give me. Oh. Of course, my expression might scrunch up a bit, but you'd understand, wouldn't you? I'd tease you, playfully, because it's cute. When's your birthday? That's normal, right? By the way, when is Liotte's birthday? Why, if it's today, I might be able to prepare something. When was it again? Oh, right, I remember now. It's December 14th.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, snap. Well, happy birthday, Liotte. Unless you did a trickery thing and set the birth date to today's date. So, since today is the birthday, will you celebrate it? Of course! Happy birth! This seems a bit rushed. Doesn't he seem like he doesn't remember his own birthday? Moreover, it's so obvious that he wants to be congratulated. If it's not your birthday, I'll wish you a merry unbirthday then. If it's the kind Espoir is, you'll surely congratulate, right? There's no need for anything grand. I'd be happy with your congratulations alone. It seems like Liotte is recalling something. Yeah, sure. Happy birthday. Thank you, Espoir. Yeah, where'd you get your clothes? They look cool. I like that style. I've been curious. Do you usually wear Gothic-style clothes, or is it something recommended by the broadcasting company? Yeah. It's a small channel operated by me and a PD, not a broadcasting company. Gothic clothes aren't really my style, but I thought they'd suit the eerie atmosphere of the channel. Is it supposed to be eerie? So you don't normally dress like that? It's adorable. I'd prefer it if you wore them, though. I think they'd suit you much better than me. Liotte, you have no idea how much I want to dress like that, but I'm broke. I haven't worn Gothic, but oddly enough, I'm more curious about your everyday clothes, Liotte. Are you curious about me? How delightful. I'll show you my everyday clothes someday. Someday for sure, so feel free to look forward to it now. Alright. Is there any meaning behind the cross tattoo on your face? Is it a religious significance, or perhaps something related to being a criminal? Would you like to guess? Please, try to figure out what it might mean. Well, or I think it would be fine if you gave it meaning. He seems uninterested in answering. Don't dodge the question! I've been feeling this since earlier. Why is he so fixated on me? Yeah, how is this even possible? I don't think there's anything left to talk about. How did you come to run this channel? Liotte, is there a reason or a trigger for being assigned to this channel? The roles of a writer and a show host are quite distant. This has been a lingering question for a while. Unless there's a special reason, why would he need a job that is not even remotely related, but rather the opposite? Didn't I tell you before? Are you claiming you can't remember again? I remember everything about you, but do you so easily forget about me? It's somewhat bitter. Liotte's eyeless gaze turns towards me. Despite the claim of bitterness, his expression, somehow smiling, feels contradictory. So, Liotte, would you believe me if I said I lost my memory? Even I find this a bit amusing claim. There are no gaps in my memory, but I can't explain the current contradictions. Well, you might have lost your memory. I believe you. Isn't it too easy for you to trust others? It's not about trusting people easily. It's about thinking your claim makes sense. Unlike me, you always say the right things. His face seems a bit flushed. Aww. Anyway, coming back to the point, why did you end up managing this channel, Liotte? It's not a grand reason, just a decision to see you again.
I'm getting the feeling that we've met before, and you know that, but I don't know that.
There's no other reason behind that.
Why do I get the feeling that you're lying?
What are you talking about? You were the guest for the first episode of the show, right? When I first received the proposal, I was so surprised. I just wanted to see you again. That's the reason. Nothing extravagant. There's no hidden elaborate story.
There's totally a hidden elaborate story.
Someday I'll make you remember our story. With my own hands, for sure.
What does that mean? I will continue to interrogate you. Why are you being so friendly?
Saying it with my own mouth, but why are you so friendly to me? Is it because we've met before? If he doesn't like my answer, it's true that he might make me go through the loop again as an option. But even considering that, he's thinking very positively about me. Because you changed my life.
Oh, okay.
So, since you've changed my life, I have no intention of letting go of that person. I'll continue to make efforts to stay connected, always.
But I'm not such an impressive person. I'm literally just sitting here on the couch in my socks.
I haven't even helped you much in the first place. Shush, you may not understand the meaning of what I'm saying yet, but someday you will surely understand my feelings too.
Alright, I think I've exhausted all the dialogue.
Espoir, the more we talk, the more I want to meet you. Communicating through this small monitor has its limits, and you must feel the same way, right?
What? Shenanigans! Wait, what? No? Hold on. You don't tell me what to do. You want me to say no? I'm gonna say yes. So there.
You fool. Are you trying to beat my strength? Courage is hypothetical.
What? Hey. Quit it with them shenanigans.
Fine.
Hey, wait a minute. So that wasn't you?
Liotte!
What you trying to pull here, sir?
Do you not want to meet me?
Hey. I wasn't doing that.
Courage is hypothetical, but... Why are you like this, Espoir? We've become quite close.
It ain't me, fam!
Is it just my imagination? I know it's not. You also enjoyed our conversations. Please say that.
Hey!
Wait, someone was blocking your expression. It'll be fine now. So, would you like to meet me? It sounds like a date request.
Yes.
I'll meet you, although the term date proposal doesn't feel pleasant for some reason. Loving him while harboring fear simultaneously.
Remember, everyone, do not meet up in real life with the strange man talking to you in your TV.
My heart is undoubtedly leaning towards him, but contradictorily, I know how to read. My words keep coming out cold. Why would Espoir's feelings be bad? Why does relying on me feel so uncomfortable for you? If that's how you feel, it's a bit sad. Rather than uncomfortable, anyway, I've promised. So, can I turn off the television now? No, please don't turn it off. While it's reassuring that you trust me, the idea of you trying to disappear in front of me is quite unpleasant. It's quite unpleasant. You and I are destined to coexist from now on.
Wait, so you mean I gotta run up my light bill with the TV?
It's a relationship we'll have to continue to loop.
What?
So please, don't reject me. After all, I'm just like you.
What?
Uh-oh. I feel quite upset. You and I are destined to coexist in the future. We're in a relationship where we have no choice but to continue to loop. So please don't reject me. After all, I'm also someone like you.
Liotte!
Uh-oh. Are we caught in a loop? It's not just me? I looked around with my eyes glued, but nothing much changed. Yeah, I'm hallucinating again. There's no way to explain this phenomenon.
Liotte!
When I turned to the TV again, I could see Liotte staring blankly at me. And soon he smiled, very bright, red-faced, contrary to the smile of the past. Espoir, I've had a big misconception all this time. The idea was that I could have a physical effect on you, but it couldn't have any psychological effect. But it's not. I had forgotten about the existence of loop for a while. Maybe the gods are rooting for our love. I'll take a short break and come back. So for now, consider it like a commercial break. Feel free to relax.
Liotte! I am thoroughly confused.
Did he leave? The mechanical sound emitted by the TV glitched, and soon illuminated a black screen. Maybe the power automatically turned off? I want to trust you, but why so many doubts?
And why so much flipping around?
Liotte is undoubtedly a charming person. He possesses a mysterious charm that captivates people. In the midst of our conversation, even my previously hostile feelings gradually melted away. But where there is light, there's shadow, and the secrets he hides, along with the hallucinations I see, continue to invoke fear. What was that I saw earlier? Before, I had a strong aversion to hallucinations, but this time it was different. Instead, it felt familiar. What is the truth, after all? It was a moment of brief contemplation. Looks like you're in deep thought. A voice I hadn't heard before can't—
Wait, what? From behind me? What?
Wait, from the— Compared to Liotte's, it was relatively lower and softer. Uh-oh. Who and how did someone reach this place? Suppressing my uneasy feelings, I turned around. Originally, I didn't plan to interfere, but I've had a change of heart. Just because I get involved a little doesn't mean the trust will shatter, does it?
Who are you? And how are you in my home? Liotte? Liotte, listen. Listen. Him.
Oh dear, oh no, whom are you, monsieur?
In my home, monsieur.
Ivan, for now, answer my question, please. Feeling an unknown pressure, I stopped complaining.
An unknown pressure being like, who is it, me, or is it hot in here?
Despite the person in front of me likely being just a person, like me, there was a strange sense of distance.
Are you actually a hologram?
So, we were talking about the true form of Liotte Ashu, weren't we? Don't you want to know his weakness? I mean, aren't you curious about the secret he is so desperately hiding? It might be an opportunity to correct that darn personality of his. Doesn't it bother you a bit? Honestly, he has quite an annoying personality, doesn't he?
Hey, you're a character who permanently has their eyes closed. I like ya.
Enough with the small talk. How about revealing your identity now? You must know that you're more suspicious than Liotte, right? Suspicious? Well, haven't you already experienced many unrealistic things? I don't think my appearance is particularly surprising compared to a person on TV like him. So, have you decided, Espoir? Would you like to accompany me backstage? Like a quiet date, Or will you foolishly wait for him here indefinitely?
But, aw man. I know you've just came on screen, and I'm already head over heels for you, but I already devoted this run to Liotte, so you're gonna have to wait your turn, hotness.
Remember, my option is not a proposal. I'm not the type to ask for someone else's opinion.
It wasn't you doing those shenanigans before, was it?
And above all, you must be well aware of the cost of rejection, right?
Not really. Oh no. What are you going to do to me, Ivan?
Well, you might not have a clue about my true identity. You should be able to predict the potential drawbacks when you choose to reject, don't you think? But I must say, the determination to reject was admirable.
It took a lot of determination to do that.
I like courageous beings, you know? It's just unfortunate that the circumstances weren't in your favor. Well then, will you still reject, even so?
But, what? How dare you? It was you doing those shenanigans before, wasn't it?
In the end, you give the same answer. It might be cliché, but it's commendable that you rejected with your own will, Espoir. So, shall we reach out our hands? If you grasp my hand, you'll find yourself moving to the backstage of that stage in the blink of an eye.
Oh, we're gonna show up on Liotte's doorstep? He's gonna be in his dressing room and be like, what are you guys doing here?
His clasped hand was devoid of warmth, as cold as ice. Doubt and regret accelerated, but it was already too late. I could now take one step closer to the secret Liotte was hiding, so let's think positively. Ooh! Where on earth is this? The stage was so wide that my mouth hung open, the space softly illuminated by spotlights, and various items scattered haphazardly in corners. It was an unmistakable view of a theater. This is the backstage of that stage you've only glimpsed through the monitor. Even though the performance venue is here, why does Liotte continue the broadcast only from the dressing room? Perhaps he might have hidden something. For example, by examining the equipment stocked over there. But be careful, we've snuck into this place, and if Liotte, who must be somewhere around here, catches us, we don't know what kind of repercussions might follow.
You seem very capable, sir.
Well, at least I'll guarantee your life, so don't take it too seriously, understand?
Well, it's, old diary.
It seems to be a diary. How long has it been neglected? Dust covers the leather cover. Still, since I've made up my mind to investigate, I should take a look at the contents. Ignoring the dust, I unfolded the old diary. The inside was filled with something written in handwriting. The interior of the diary is surprisingly well preserved compared to the outside. I can read the writing. Would it be good to give it a read? The method of summoning Nevi is simple. If there is someone with a sincere wish, Nevi will quickly appear in that person's dream with curiosity. At this point, Nevi always makes a sweet proposal, and it is said that if you succeed in this proposal, any wish can be granted. Nevi is a transcendent being that fulfills people's wishes as a non-humanoid life form. However, unlike benevolent gods, it has a cruel and realistic nature, and it clings only to things it finds interesting. Also, Nevi is adept at hallucinations, and is said to be like the color blue. Nevi? It's a name I've never heard before. But considering it's described as a transcendent being that shows hallucinations, it might be related to my current situation. Moreover, the fact that this diary is behind the stage is bothering me. Let's keep it in mind for now. Ooh, photos? Are these photos? Whose photos are these that they're piled up like this? It seems like they've been recently maintained, given that not a speck of dust is visible. I lightly lifted the photos. As I examined each one, my face grew pale. They're all Me? Looking at the perspective, it seems like someone other than me took them without my knowledge. Oh no! Like a stalker, perhaps? No, calm down, Espoir. This is only like the 100th time this has happened. There must be some peculiar commonalities for them to be considered ordinary photos, right? Upon closer inspection, it's unreasonable to call them ordinary photos. Yeah, they're stalker photos. They're all taken from top to bottom, right? Moreover, the most crucial point, considering the dates and times written in the corners, are all images captured by CCTV. While it's plausible for me to be caught on CCTV in my daily life, it's suspicious that these photos are behind the stage. It feels unsettling. Ooh, script? A suspicious bundle of papers are placed in the corner. It seems to be a script, as it's written prominently in large letters. I wonder what's in it. I should be fine to check it out. You just have to fill it with brighter memories from now on, right? Words I heard from someone truly important to me.
Hey, that's what he said to me.
My life will shine even brighter from now on, filled with that person's thoughts. I'm really wishing, earnestly, but why aren't opportunities coming to me?
What is your wish, Liotte, if this is Liotte's doing?
Instead of making something like this, grant my wish, Nevi. It's boring. It's so boring. How on earth can I retrieve that person? Who took them? Or did they run away on their own? What happened without my knowledge? I have to find out.
Is this all written in the script?
There seems to be more notes written by someone than actual dialogue. I can't even guess what the contents are. It's just about desperately wishing for Nevi to fulfill their wishes, and that the author was in a disturbed state. Uh-oh. Torn banner? Why is this torn apart? A torn banner is hanging above in a shabby state. On a blue background, there are unidentified writings in sky blue. The characters seem unfamiliar, as if they're in a foreign language. What could it possibly mean? Anyway, it doesn't give off a good feeling. Roses? Roses. Everything else was red, but only this one is blue. Is it placed here for a stage decoration or something? Personally, I recommend not touching it. It might be an item prepared in advance for a special ending of my favorite actor.
Huh?
I guess that's everything. Well, did you enjoy the time I gave you? It seems like it's about time to return now.
No, I think we should have a conversation to Liotte's face.
Liotte, he's probably waiting for you, whether you consider our meeting as a dream or reality. It's your freedom. Can't you feel it now? How much truth he's hiding from you.
I still don't really understand everything, Ivan. Although I wouldn't mind your number.
It's not a betrayal of you, Espoir, is it? Close your eyes, Espoir. It's time to go back.
Aww. Aw, you mad?
The betrayal was not from me, but from you, Espoir.
Hey, I said no. I said no the first time.
It's not a dream. I can know now. The clear remaining sensation, numerous pieces of evidence firmly revealing the truth.
I'm glad you know it, 'cause I don't.
And finally, the words of Ivan echo in my mind.
Uh-oh.
Liotte? I casually shook hands with Liotte, now familiar enough to display a comfortable smile. He responded with a bright laugh, seemingly relieved.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What's happening?
Well, why did you come? He spoke with a colder gaze and more chilly voice than before. The arm that was injured earlier, still bleeding. Did he quickly treat it during the break? Liotte is still holding a cloth to stop the bleeding. By the way, I have a suggestion, Espoir. No,
I've already made the suggestion earlier, right? And you clearly answered, I want to meet you. Oh yeah, I said that. Right? Didn't you? Are you going to deny it again? Run away? Espoir, please think wisely. We decided to meet earlier. Since you betrayed me, you no longer have the right to refuse me. No, you're right. I said that. With a calm tone and a firm attitude, I couldn't say anything in response. I couldn't risk provoking him any further, as I felt that something really bad might happen, even if it was an unconscious prediction. Because of that, I couldn't describe myself as anything but at a loss. Perhaps all I can do is boldly agree. Yes, that's right, wasn't it? You don't mind if I don't give you my home address, right? You probably already know it anyway. That goes without saying. Just promise me one thing. Don't accept anyone's suggestions, no matter who it is. What if they're really, really hot? Like really, 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 really hot? It's a simple request, isn't it? Think of it as a kind of ritual for the meeting of you and me. Just, please, don't doubt this time. Wait, so are you not here? Are we still talking this over? Wait, what? Before I could answer him, he was gone, and some killer music started playing. When I look away from the TV, Ivan was smiling strangely in front of me, and from behind I could hear the sound of knocking on the door. Well, we know the answer, Espoir, don't we? No! Absolute refusal is poison. How about trusting me, following Ivan, and moving forward together? The moment your chosen loop is executed will be the finale for both of us. Can you please open the door, Espoir? I know now. I'm confident that you'll trust me, so please don't be enchanted by that non-human entity. Remember? We promise not to respond to any proposals until I arrive and enter the house. Otherwise, I'll break the door and enter. So please, open it. Please. Fellas! Please! Beyond the door, Liotte's cries can be heard, and Ivan in front of me keeps repeating that he trusts me. Whose words should I listen to? What was the right answer in the first place? Whatever choice I make now seems to have a significant impact. My choice. Instead of answering, I overlaid my hand on his outstretched cold hand. Wait a minute! This gesture means that I agree to his proposal. Wait a minute! I'm sorry, Liotte, but I am not a stuff of you, nor a doll. Furthermore, I'm not a person to rely on. By my will, I will do the loop. Wait a minute! I think I missed something! Unlike Liotte, who retains memories even after the loop that you do with my power, you will lose your memories. Are you still going to do it? Please! I've been sorry all along. I really didn't know you disliked my actions so much. So, I thought if we loop, everyone would be happy. But no. Can you tell me what I'm tired of, Espoir? You are everything to me. I knew you might not like it. I closed my eyes and squeezed the hand I held. I hoped to no longer hear his voice. I forced a smile. I had to smile so there would be no more regrets in the future. Wait, what? You've ultimately lost, Liotte. It seems you don't know how to win someone's heart. Poor thing. So, are you going to admit defeat, according to the contract conditions, and return to reality? Or are you going to wait for that person to come back to your timeline? Not as a different Liotte, while aiming for the next opportunity? Don't stay too gloomy. In some parallel universe, another you is happily laughing with that person. Still, until then, you'll endure in this space where no one exists. Don't worry, you will surely have another chance. What? I feel like I might have missed something or did something wrong. Why are you dead? Are you dead? Liotte! Ah, Espoir.
I didn't even know how much time has passed since then. I'm still waiting for you in this trapped state. The finale you gave me in these 3 moments. With your red roses and me on stage, what should I do now?
Okay. Bad end 1, I guess.
False stars fill the sky.
That's beautiful, but what did I do wrong? Ah! Alright, maybe I didn't go full Liotte enough. Let's try this mysterious channel.
Well, I should solve the mystery and then go. If it's nothing major, I can just switch back to the channel I was watching before, right? The answer was simple. After all, who knows? Even seemingly insignificant things can invoke a sense of fear. So let's tune into the channel and see. It's as easy as pressing a few buttons on the remote control. Instead of wasting time on unfounded anxiety, why not watch some TV content? Time is short and I deserve to have some fun. I soon found myself humming a tune and pressed the buttons gently. 4, 5, 3. What would await me? Perhaps a variety show or maybe a documentary channel similar to the ones I enjoy. No, judging by the promotional material stuck to the sides, it didn't seem like a channel with much flair. It might be a small channel that just broadcasts reruns. However, to my amusement, none of my expectations were met. Hold on, what's this? Surprisingly, the channel displayed what seemed to be the start screen of a video game. Odd, I haven't connected any gaming consoles recently. In fact, all of my gaming consoles are buried deep inside those moving boxes piled up by the door. This television isn't a cutting-edge device that supports games on its own either. Do I just use the regular remote control to navigate? I don't have any extra controllers besides this one. I'm not sure. Well, let's give it a try. Hopefully we don't see an adorable gothic prince boy. If it works, great. If not, I can just stop. It's not like I'll be losing anything. Start. As I pressed the central OK button, a sound effect reminiscent of a classic game played. It was a cute voice saying, "Aww." The main menu had a similar atmosphere, as if it was designed for healing purposes. Based on what I've seen so far, this channel seems to be offering casual games with a cute vibe as its purpose. That was the moment. Then an adorable guy popped out of the screen. You're still kind. That's why I sometimes worry, being kind to someone like me who is suspicious. Espoir, it's really just my selfishness, but is it truly impossible for us to meet again?
I like that outfit.
No, someone like me is probably not needed in your life either.
Aww.
Would you take a look here, Espoir? Ta-da!
Yes, what have you prepared this time? Glasses? Oh no, he's too cute!
Yes, as you can see, it's glasses.
I'm a Megane boy now.
Originally, my eyesight is not that great, so I always wear them when working. Oh, the ones I'm wearing now are lenses. Surprisingly, Liotte was wearing glasses. That's quite unexpected.
Aww.
Come to think of it, we've talked about each other's daily lives and the image shown in broadcasts. But we haven't really talked much about my daily life, have we? So here's the kind of bonus information. It's quite interesting. I thought Liotte had good eyesight. He seems to have aspects I didn't know about in various ways. Don't you like that I'm sharing these little details?
Absolutely, sweetheart.
At first I really disliked that personality, but now it seems quite appealing. As a writer who wears glasses, there will come a day when we meet comfortably, won't there? Please, it has to happen.
It seems like you're counting on that.
Liotte to encourage reading? Is there anything more interesting? Talking to Liotte is undoubtedly fun, but I'd like to discuss something new as well. Espoir, do you happen to enjoy reading books? If it's okay, how about talking about one of your favorite books? It's not my favorite, but it's my favorite out of these, because it's the only one I've read out of those. That's torture, not mercy. This place where Juliet lives is truly heaven. All the cats, dogs, chipmunks, and all sorts of insignificant things live in this paradise, and you can see Juliet here. With a sweet voice, Liotte recited a passage from the tragedy. Is that really from it? The lines filled with poignant love brought back memories of the book I had read in childhood. Romeo and Juliet, a romantic story. Personally, I appreciate such a romantic love, but I regret that it wasn't a happy ending. I always strive for happy stories. Of course, it would be even better if such a romantic love could happen in my life. It's not like I really want a girlfriend or anything. If there's a wish from me, it would be that. Aww. Liotte recommends card games. Do you like card games? Card games. Classic, but there's nothing better to refresh the atmosphere, right? Espoir, please put your doubts aside. I don't want to be disliked by you any further, and I'm not a kind person to answer more questions, understand? Okay. He's looking at you with those pleading eyes again. I'm weak against that kind of gaze. What I've prepared is a deck of playing cards, but surprisingly it's neither Uno nor poker. Think of it more like a tarot deck. How about that? Ooh! It could be fun, right? Oh! I like the card on the right. Now, shall we interpret the meaning of this card? Since it's a specifically crafted card, each meaning is unique. Let's see. It's the Tears of a Mermaid card in the upright position. The meaning is as follows. Someone who loves you will appear. The love will be eternal. Why do I get the feeling that you just made that up? Unlike any mermaid princess story, it will be eternal and beautiful. You know, the Little Mermaid doesn't end very good either. The Little Mermaid ends like Romeo and Juliet. That's the meaning. What do you think? Do you like it? At least, I do like it. Alright, what's the middle card say? It's also Tears of the Mermaid. In the upright position. Liotte! Card on the left. Liotte! This tarot deck is rigged! Alright, Liotte. Listen. Espoir, the more we talk, the more I want to meet you. Communicating through this small monitor has its limits, and you must feel the same way, right? Oh wait, this is when the shenanigans happen. Hey! No. I mean, yes. I said yes. We're doing this. Oh, he coming. Oh, Lord, he coming. So, sorry, sir, you're going to have to take your pretty face back to Pretty Face Land. Give me your address. I've come, prepared to meet you again. There are no wounds on his arm. The injury was severe enough for glass shards to be embedded. I must have missed something. But the fact that it was healed in a matter of minutes is an unreasonable assumption. So, the Liotte in front of me right now is undoubtedly a different person from the Liotte who sought my attention earlier. Oh? What aspect will he show me this time? Espoir, really, truly, for a long time, I've missed you so much. Why? His voice trembled as if overwhelmed with emotions. The sight of tears welling up was pitiful. What has this person witnessed so far? What did the other me do? Let's hear his story first. So, Espoir, I don't know how much you know, but it was a really long journey for me. Looping multiple times just to meet you again, and even resorting to bargaining with that ridiculously cunning entity. I would have liked to embrace you, but unfortunately the monitor is blocking us. Wait, What are you talking about?
Oh, it seems you didn't hear that part. I'm talking about the reason why I looped. Everything I endured, and the reason I started looping, all of it is thanks to you. Espoir, if it weren't for you, none of this would have started. I can't explain in detail, as it would be a violation of the rules, but please understand this much. I cherish you. I have no intention of forcing my opinions on you like my past self. So, can you just smile for me? Don't worry about anything like you usually do. The only thing I'm asking for now is, will you meet me in reality? Is it okay for me to cross the boundary between the virtual world and reality? You don't have to answer, but just promise me one thing. Don't accept anyone's suggestions, no matter who it is.
But what if they're really hot?
It's a simple request. Think of it as a kind of ritual for the meeting of you and me. Just please, don't doubt this time.
Am I going to have an option this time?
Whatever choice I make now seems to have a significant impact. Liotte, I really disliked it, but paradoxically, when someone I like so much yearns for it so desperately, who else would I choose if not Liotte? Unfortunately, I'll reject your proposal, Ivan.
Get your pretty face out of my face.
I smiled brightly, then turned around and ran towards the door. Sometimes showing a whimsical and occasionally shaking demeanor, but ultimately, I had fallen paradoxically in love with Liotte as a person. Unexpected outcome. Even after looping hundreds of times and waiting for thousands of years, Liotte. You judged that there was no chance of winning in the deal. A clear miscalculation. Congratulations. Your loved one is now heading towards you of their own accord. Also, the illusion will shatter the moment you fall out of this apartment, so don't worry.
Oh,
Espoir! POV, you're about to get glomped by your virtual boyfriend. Just as I always believed in you, now you believe in me. Go ahead, embrace me.
Oh, I want to hug Liotte.
And the reality that you're not missing, we can live together. Now.
Oh,
I want hugs from Uh-oh. Why does that reality have a question mark?
reality?
Okay, what if I utterly reject him, just pick all the things that are like, nah, Liotte, I don't want any of what you're selling. Is this television broken? The television is not broken. It's quite an old set, but it hasn't given me much trouble when it comes to connecting. I'm wondering if he has something to do with the TV as well, like the TV that you grew up with. Connected to the TV? Are you saying you disrupted the airwaves like some kind of spy? But even if it's just interference, it doesn't explain the existence of this channel called 453, or how flyers I have ended up being delivered at all. You seem more startled than I expected. To add a little more, I am Liotte Ashu.
Bless you!
Bless you. Yes, I know I've used that joke before. And this place where I am, channel 453, can be called a channel that I'm presenting to you. There's only one content. Should I say it's an enjoyable one-on-one conversation? There was a hint of darkness beneath his bright smile. Maybe it's just my imagination. It could be that I'm mistaking it due to the dark circles under his eyes. What kind of TV broadcast is this? You're right. Think of it as some sort of communication game. You and I engaging in conversation, something like that. There's one thing I'm curious about. Feel free to ask. What is it? Is this also a dream of mine? No matter how much I tell myself it's real, it's hard to accept.
Ouch.
Unfortunately, it's neither a dream nor a hallucination. Are you that averse to me? How sad.
I'm not asking you to be sad or self-pitying. If it's real, how does the communication work? And how does my message reach you?
Oh, why, it's the cameras and surveillance that I've installed in your house.
Calm down. I won't hurt you. I am actually friendly towards you, Espoir, and I will never turn hostile.
Why do I think you're lying?
I will never change.
Now I know that you're lying.
His unwavering gaze, looking into those determined eyes engraved with unwavering resolve. I couldn't help but feel a chill despite him being on the other side of the screen, as if he was right in front of me.
Why do I need to tell you my hobbies?
It doesn't seem right. No matter how much I try to reassure myself that everything is fine, there are too many suspicious things, unresolved questions. It might be dangerous, so... I don't think our relationship is close enough for me to answer that. You seem to separate personal and public aspects.
Like, yeah, it's a simple question, but somebody you completely don't know comes up to you and asks you what are your hobbies. You'd be like, first of all, hi, hello. Second of all, 6 feet.
You've been thinking about the appropriate distance between us since earlier. You don't have to think about it in so much detail, because... You keep telling me to relax, but don't you see that I keep changing my judgment? To be honest, it makes me anxious and uncomfortable. Well, unless you're secretly stalking me or something, with all those photos you have backstage. You wouldn't know about someone's actions or what they say. Unless there are hidden devices like cameras or microphones, right? Liotte, are you saying that you're observing me right now? Are you a criminal? You called my name, didn't you? I'm glad about that, but I don't like the content of the main discussion. It's just a formality to have a conversation anyway, but if I keep repeating until you answer, we'll eventually know everything. Well, since the first take was a mistake, let's end it here. It's time to replay now. What are you talking about? You still don't get it? I said, we're starting again. Forget everything up until now, and this time, make the right choice. Got it? I'll be looking forward to it.
Hey!
Well, should I casually ask about hobbies? It's the first day, so I didn't really prepare anything like board games. What is this? That's what you just said. I've already answered that by not answering it. Did you dream for a moment? I'm asking about your hobby for the first time. What? Now, can you answer me about your hobbies? What is your hobby? I'm very curious right now.
Oh, the option to question him isn't even there. No, I'm still not telling you, so there.
Do you have any hobbies? No, I don't have any like that. If we classify lying in bed and staring at the ceiling when bored as a hobby, can I say that is a hobby? So what I mean is, even something trivial like that is fine, so please, answer. I still don't completely trust him, so it's better to provide false information for now. Should I just mention some random childhood hobbies? Well, when I'm bored, I lie in bed and count the stars on the ceiling. Of course, since we're in the city, it's not real stars I'm counting, but the glow-in-the-dark star stickers on the ceiling. Aww. Both sticking stars on the ceiling and actually seeing real stars. In reality, it's been a long time since I did either of those things. Counting glow-in-the-dark stars as a hobby. So, did you also put them up in the new house you moved into this time? Yes? The new house I moved into this time. I never mentioned anything about my house to this person, let alone the fact that I moved today. My suspicions briefly arise, but it seems like he didn't catch on as he continued speaking. Well, since it's a hobby, maybe you haven't put them up in the new house yet. Shall we end this conversation here? I've realized that you have quite an interesting hobby. If we ever meet in person, I should give you some glow-in-the-dark star stickers as a modest gift. Aww. And since we are going to meet in person, perhaps, maybe, I don't know, in this ending, are you going to give me a little gift? Next, you ask me a question. It's a fun question time now, so who knows?
I still don't understand the intention behind this channel.
I don't particularly enjoy repeating myself, but it's to provide you with enjoyable experiences. Besides just casual conversation, you can also share your difficulties with me if you have any. I hope it contributes to your mental well-being. So, to summarize, the purpose is to engage in conversations with connected individuals and provide unique experiences.
That sounds like something that was written down that you're forced to say. Your answers are surprisingly cliché.
Well, it was the question you asked. Could it be that there's some hidden intention behind the question that I don't know about?
Yes, there is. I'm asking about your intention, buddy.
I didn't ask for an explanation about the program. I'm asking about you. You're the operator and host of this channel, right? Why are you running such a suspicious channel, and why would someone like me, who has no connection, want to listen to others? Ah, so that's what you're curious about. Well, where should I start? My original profession is a scenario writer. And you are the perfect person for this theme, aren't you? Or am I wrong? It might be overwhelming to receive so much information at once. So, because I made a mistake this time, let's end it here.
Huh? Are you going to rewind time again, like earlier?
To rewind time is simply to ensure that the right things happen, to guide them. Now I have no intention of answering properly. In the retake of this scene, there will be no more errors.
Hey now. Hey now!
Next, you ask me a question. It's a fun question time, so who knows? Maybe this time I'll give you a proper answer to your question.
Well, then...
Of course, there's a higher chance that I'll answer light-hearted questions.
Oh, okay.
You're still a liar. Well, thanks to that, the situation is progressing in an interesting way. But I hope you realize that there are limits to how kindly I can treat you. Surely, this channel and even I are foreign substances that cannot be part of your daily life.
I'm sorry, Liotte, am I making you mad? I honestly have to say, my interest has waned a bit.
I flashed a peculiar smile, a style I picked up from him. It seemed to convey that mysterious feeling as well. Liotte looked even more awkward than before. What should I do? For a moment, his violet eyes seemed unusually intense, like a deep abyss that couldn't reflect light. It was a chillingly dark gaze. Did I go too far with my provocative words? Aww. No, spilled water can't be gathered again. Let's just leave him alone for now.
That's a good saying. I like that saying. Spilled water can't be gathered again.
Let's stop here. I want to talk about something else now. How about a lighter and more cheerful topic than one that brings the mood down? Whether it's conversations or games, I am open to anything. Just tell me what you like, and I'll do my best to make you smile.
Aww. Oh yeah, what if I don't congratulate him on his birthday? Ask if he really wanted congratulations.
Celebrating the day I was born is less important to me than commemorating the day I met you.
Just that much? Even though we only met today?
You might not remember, but at least it's not our first meeting.
About the reasons for being friendly. Saying it with my own mouth, but why are you so friendly to me?
Is it because we've met before? If he doesn't like my answer, it's true that he might make me go through the loop as an option. But even considering that, he's thinking very positively about me. Well, I wonder why. Perhaps the answer is something you know better than I do.
That was slightly different, I think. Alright, what if I do say no?
Do you not want to meet me?
No.
Why are you like this, Espoir? We've become quite close. Is it just my imagination? I know it's not. You also enjoyed our conversations. Please say that. Wait, Someone was blocking your expression.
No, it's just the way I look now.
No!
Aw, I felt bad about that.
Is that your decision? Not to meet me? Is there really a need to meet? There was nothing to do in the first place. We're not close. There are just too many suspicious things. If you're going to loop it until you get the answer you want, then try it. I made up my mind and said it. I don't want to meet that much, and I like this distance between him and me. Well, I thought something would change if we met again, but even before that, I've been rejected. So, are you leaving now? Are you trying to go back to your everyday life, leaving behind me and this channel? Well, probably. If I turn off the TV, as you said, it should be fine. The conversation was interesting, Liotte. It seems we're not meant to be. The bait is thrown. I pondered for a moment, and then turned my gaze towards Liotte. And what I saw was...
Ah! Of course, I knew this was probably going to end like this anyway, but
Did you think you couldn't meet me with just your will?
Oh, so I guess that's how he got that cut that I was thinking about.
If you exclude me from your daily life, I can just pull you in. Why did I hesitate until now? Let go of my hand, Liotte. When you say something nice... The glass is broken, and there's blood coming from his arm.
No, I'm going full anti-Liotte. How about we ignore the injury?
Did I get too excited? But what can I do? You're trying to escape my grasp. Can I not get excited? Please accept my proposal. I'll be begging. Of course, I won't accept rejection. I'm a selfish person, unlike you. His grip has become stronger. With this much strength, even if I struggle, I might not be able to escape.
This is why your parents tell you don't sit so close to the TV, 'cause a crazy yandere might try to grab you.
Fine, Liotte, I'll do whatever you want. So can you please let go of my hand? Don't say cruel things like turning off the TV or declaring that our relationship ends here. Isn't it harder than you think to say such cruel things?
Liotte!
It's quite unpleasant. You and I are destined to coexist from now on. It's a relationship we'll have to continue to loop, so please, don't reject me. After all, I'm just like you.
Liotte!
Oh hey, the curtains are gray now. I feel quite upset. You and I are destined to coexist in the future. We're in a relationship where we have no choice but to continue to loop. So please, don't reject me. After all, I am also someone like you.
Wait a minute. This is just a theory. A game theory. Could there be two Liottes? Because the curtain is different, and he's acting really different, but he's saying the same thing. Are there more than one Liotte? Do you got a twin I don't know about? Oh, I've got my eye on you. Okay, what if... Does anything change if I point out the injury? Like, hey, you're bleeding. Also, that's the hand he usually has behind his back, so you can't tell which is which.
I get it. I'll meet you. So, can you let go of my hand? You're injured, right?
Yeah. You've got your hand behind your back, so I can't tell if you're the injured one or not, because there could be multiples of you. Dang it, I get bad end one again. Why are you making this so hard for me, Liotte? Oh yeah, I didn't put Around the World in 80 Days. I don't actually know what that book is about.
Around the World in 80 Days. I really love that story. Since childhood, I envied the protagonist's wealth and courage. If you have that much courage and daring, you can achieve anything. That's why, maybe unconsciously, I keep making challenges that might seem reckless to others. I just can't give up.
Yeah, like rewinding time and all that.
The beginning was clearly a confident voice, but ended up with a somewhat melancholic tone.
Okay, I can't seem to find any more endings beyond that, but I'm sure there's more. I don't know yet. And I've yet to wait for a walkthrough, so I will be patient. But anyway, Liotte seems to like you. Quite a lot. He's got a bit of a thing for you, just a little, but he's still a cutie patootie. And then Ivan shows up, and who is Ivan? And there will be a link in the description to this game if you would like to try it for yourself, and I believe there will also be DLC with more content with this game in it, so that's cool. But anyway, for now, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.